Hello, good morning. This is Hamid Khan here from Food Mahir and Gardening Ideas, and this is Sydney, Saturday morning. And what a lovely morning we have. So I am at my friend's house for some plantation. So we're gonna have this guava aman that needs a full sun, and the holes are ready. The grass has been digged out. We have pomegranate, quite healthy plants, and we have the grafted lemon Eureka, one of my favorite lemons, Eureka, the Ruby Ray grafted grapefruit, the red blood grapefruit. There's already a grapefruit here. The hole is ready. And this one is pink guava. So plants are never happier. Fruit plants are never happier in pots. You can see here the leaves are drooping already down, which is a sign that they have been dehydrated. So the best place for the fruiting plant is to plant them in ground. So we have some good soil mix. We have some seaweed, blood-borne fertilizer. We're going to use some of the soil here as well. So let's kick off. I'll start planting it, and I'll show you the end result after I plant all of these fruit plants. It's a place which is facing so this is north and northeast, and you can see here the sun rays strike here early morning, 8:30 till afternoon. And that's what we need when we are planting the fruit plants. So let's kick off, and then I'll take you the end result in a while. So let's talk a bit about preparation. Just before planting, we need to prepare the surface well, the soil well, and remove the grass line and mulch it well. Go a bit down the soil so that we can replenish the topsoil, and we can then add some compost, soil mix, and blood-borne fertilizer. We need to dig holes twice the size, twice the width of the pot. So width is more important than depth. You can keep the depth almost the same as the depth of the pot, maybe a bit deeper, but the width should be twice the size or twice the width of the pot. And once it's done, then we can start preparing our soil mix, add a bit of a compost, add a bit of a fertilizer, and then we can top it with a sugarcane mulch. Blood-borne fertilizer, rich in nitrogen, gives a nitrogen boost. It was rich in potash, and blood-borne for the fast growth. So we're going to add that as well. Thing is the mulch. We can have the tree mulch or sugarcane mulch. After planting it, we'll put a heavy mulch of a 1 inch or so that it retains the moisture. I'm not worried about the weather these days because summer is almost over and we are in the right time, if not in the right time, but not in a bad time, because the winter hasn't started yet. So even if we plant it now, we are still a few months away from winter. So okay, now we are also adding some soil. In order to plant some trees, we can't plant these big trees or shrubs or dwarfs or grafted fruit plants just in compost. We have to add a bit of a soil to give it a bit of a strength, only that is possible if we're adding this soil a bit. So okay, now we have compost, blood-borne fertilizer, we have good soil mix as well, and now we're going to start the planting part. So the first guava is ready and it's being planted, and we have watered it as well. Now we're going to plant the pomegranate. Pomegranate looks pretty healthy, and we have some compost and soil mix and soil and bloodborne ready. So let's measure this one. So we need to keep it a bit lower than the ground so that a bit of a concavity. Okay, doesn't matter, Sanjeev. So mixing soil is very important. Soil give this a bit of a substance, give it a strength to anchor in the ground. If we just rely on compost or the soil mix, it's going to burn the roots because they're very exothermic. Clay is cold and it's a good substance. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put some water. Instead of putting plain water, I'm adding some electrolyte like seaweed fertilizer. And first time, it's better to be a bit generous with water. It's a 15-liter bucket, so yeah, I'm just putting the whole 15-liter bucket, and that's done. And now our next part will be Eureka.
So here we go with the weed barrier finish. I'm not a big fan of adding weed barrier, so my friend, he just wanted to have it. I would rather prefer to keep it fully exposed so that we can mulch it regularly, fertilize it, because sometimes there are some citrus plants, their roots, they go aerial and they are shallow roots. So covering those with the weed barrier is always not always a very good idea, but it's not a bad idea too. So that's all good. And now we will add some top mulch, and I will walk you through next week about the progress of plants. Bye.